Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA, and home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt, who hope today they will hit all of the right notes. Today, a couple of teams getting set to square off in an ACC battle. As we'll see, the UCLA Bruins taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Commodores will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the offense on first down. On the run, it's Harden. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. 4-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Wants to throw. It's Garbers. And they got him for the sack.
You watch the right defensive end in there so fast, rush the passer, get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. I love the replays of these things where you can really hone in on that one guy on one side and you just watch him go to work.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. And the Bruins line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. A first down for the offense. Here's the handoff. On the move at the 30. Hit the afterburners, kid. At the 30. He's at the 10. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. The Commodores have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Doors.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Garbers. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And how about that play? Even with the short return, they're in the red zone. They've got it at the 17. Short fields make successful offense. It's just what they want here. They're testing the right side here. Fights off a defender. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Just masterful work. Line and getting the toe down for the catch.
Really nice throw there. I'll tell you, UCLA, they've got an impressive history book of quarterbacks, going all the way back to Rick Neuheisel. Troy Aikman is a name people will recognize. Cade McNown back in my day. And then recently, DTR was carving up defenses too, throwing it. You've got to be able to make good decisions. You've got to be able to deliver strikes through the air. And this guy right now is doing just that.
The incompletion on first down leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 43. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Finds his man in the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Catch in the middle. It's Sturdivant. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. The Bruins moving quickly to the line. They want to power it in on the ground on 3rd and goal. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
4th and goal from the 2. Can they finish this drive? Coming after it. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
Be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Works his way for 3 and gets him out to the 5-yard line.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Johnson wants to throw it. They're working that left side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back.
The returner brings it out to the 41, and the UCLA offense will take over.
Line gets set, first down. They want to run it left here. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Sends it downfield. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender.
Oh, look out! The 20. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Off the play fake on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes there. And he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They've already squandered a couple of chances to score touchdowns in the red zone, and now another opportunity. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The give to the back. Found a little space. He'll pick up 6 of the 14 as they have room to operate.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Johnson looking to throw. It's complete to the left. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big 3rd down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
Fires to the tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Commodores are on the move. He'll pull it on the read. That's a live ball. The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, that's fumbles in consecutive weeks. Coaches don't like that. They start to, you know what happens is the trust factor goes out the window. I don't want to run you as much because I can't trust you as much, especially in big spots. Got to hold on to that football.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers.
Second down.
And they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult, and I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Got his man quickly, and he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, It's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, UCLA!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. Pushes for the goal line. He gets it into the end zone for the 2, and now they lead by a field goal. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Caught at the 25. Touchdown, Vandy. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Looking for a man. It's Garbers. Pressure coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Finds a man in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Using the quick game. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this 1st down.
Trying to get to it. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sturdivant. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They'll immediately call timeout. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He wants it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Splits the uprights. It's good.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Johnson wants to throw it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And it's on the ground. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. Oh, it's on the ground. High ball. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Bruins will boot it away to start the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
What a way to seize momentum here. You start the second half, you take the first kick back to the house. Great blocking and an awesome job in the open field, making people miss and showing you the speed on that return. Wow.
They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort, making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Garbers. Looking for a deep man. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bruins.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Eastern Michigan is darn near putting up video game numbers offensively, and the result is a comfortable lead for the Eagles on the scoreboard. They're up 14 over UConn. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Throwing right. It's complete. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
Quarterbacks nowadays are so good. With 1 second or 2 seconds, they can make really big plays. But when you give them that much time, my goodness, all of them are going to be successful.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Makes a connection. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance, big play, and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch those.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying play action. Lets it fly. On target over the middle.
In 3rd down, offenses have their plays. What they like in 3rd short, what they like 3rd medium, 3rd long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
The give out of the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile. He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Looking down the middle. Got his man to the left. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The Commodores have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Johnson looking to throw. He's got it. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
They'll try to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Commodores. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on the...
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Makes the grab down the left side. Afterburners coming. Touchdown, UCLA. And once he got loose, it was all over.
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off the defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting to throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down to 26. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Commodores headed quickly to the line. Off play action on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Alexander. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Vanderbilt 28, UCLA 27.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Let's go. Johnson wants to throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get 1st downs. They throw the football and get 1st downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football and getting 1st downs. They are so hard to defend.
He's got an open man. Strikes the blow. Touchdown, Doors. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. They'll try to add another to their lead. he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
35. UCLA, 27.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They're going to run it to the right. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup. Lining up from the 34 on first down. He wants to throw. Right down the middle. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. He wants to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, it's an unfortunate drop by the tight end there, and he's a guy they just have not been able to get him involved in this football game. We're here in the second half, and this guy still doesn't have a catch.
He'll just keep slinging it. Makes his connection. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Looking to throw, it's Garbers. He makes the grab for the 2, and he ties the game here in the 4th. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Bell. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
On the ground, it's Alexander. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
And, David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing.
And he didn't squeeze it. It's loose. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Phillip. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. The Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. And the quick shuffle pass.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.